Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to, not really Let's Play some EU4. We're not going to start a new Let's Play campaign of EU4 right now, because of course Mare Nostrum is right around the corner, and that would be a little bit silly, so we're going to wait for that to pop out. But I have been playing an offline Ironman game as England, now Great Britain. And normally when I'm recording my Let's Plays, I don't play an Ironman, because every now and again there's a technical issue, and I have to sort of rewind and restart an episode, and so on and so forth. But it's nice to be finally playing some Ironman here, getting some achievements, doing that sort of thing. Having a great run as England. Was able to win the 100 Years' War and take France into my possession, and actually was able to integrate them fully. Ended up, at some point, quite early on, actually became a von Habsburg, which is really interesting because I think that actually led me to also get a personal union on Ferrara over here. So we've got some good domination of a lot of stuff in Europe, a lot of domination of a lot of trade too. Right now, not as much in the English channel as I might like, because all my light ships are just helping to blockade the ginormous Papal State. But take a look, like Monster Poland, which is independent of Lithuania, Monster Scandinavia, which is currently eating Lithuania and actually has taken huge chunks out of Russia as well. Tackled with Scandinavia a few times personally and had a hard time there. You can see they're having a really good game. We do have a lot of territory all around the world, though. Did play with Random New World, which I hadn't done for a while. Part of the reason for me playing the England game was actually because I want to do colonization here. So we've got a good number of colonies all over the place. Some of the subjects have a bit of liberty desire, but not that much. Lots of protectorates over here to make sure that we have locked down the trade. But you can see, like, all the green areas, things that I have colonized and or conquered from some of the sort of eastern/primitive nations around here. Really early on, did get that PU over France, which helped to limit the number of nations that were doing overseas expansion. And actually, Castile, which is still Castile, not Spain. They're Castile. They're pretty beefy too. But they actually took out Portugal at some point early on. Look at this. I got my Rock of Gibraltar. Excellent stuff. I've got the Suez area over here. I'm currently building the canal just because I can. But yeah, Castile only, not Spain. I do have some bits over here. But I actually didn't grab it that recently, so I'm actually, well, I mean, it's been a while now, I suppose, but I am actually legitimately surprised that Spain was never formed, given the pace of things, but whatever. So it is a really interesting and odd world map. Up until very recently, the Ottomans were also beastly. The Ottomans have had all this territory. Well, actually, you can see the Ottoman bits. All right, if we go here, you could, oh, I guess I got to keep it selected. You can see they still have Ottoman territory over here and a lot of cores left over. So Poland took a chunk out of them, and I took a chunk of them as well, and brought them down a notch. The Ottomans are no longer going to be an issue, I don't think. They do have relatively good military tech. Yeah, they got their 30 military. Actually 30 across the board, which is unusual for me. Usually I tend to fall behind. And I was behind on admin and diplotech for a long time, you know, doing the integration, doing a lot of coring, but now we are ahead in all ways. Currently, I did start a war against Burgundy, partially less for Burgundy and more for the Papal States over here, which have had really annoying allies all along. They are currently allied with Lithuania, which, again, would have been problematic, except that Lithuania is being eaten right now. They're also allied to the Ottomans for a really long time, which feels pretty unnatural, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, so we're just going around smashing here. I'll play a little bit, because it is Ironman, and I'm really worried about, you know, losing track of something while I do the conversation over here. I don't think we're going to play too much, but we'll play a little bit, just to get a little bit of EU4 content going on the channel again while we wait for the opportunity to do an actual Let's Play. And yeah, so I have the war score. I mean, I have negative war score right now because of the war goal. Most of the war score I have is from winning battles. As you can see, we lost one. We got caught out somewhere that I wasn't quite expecting. But other than that, we've started to do some siege. Mostly, you know, knock down people a few pegs. I'm going to de-siege a couple of things over here and then go back to sieging the Papal States. We're going to try to separate piece them out first. These are very high-level forts. They take a long time to siege. It's just brutal. Wow. Look at the army reforming over here. Jeepers. That is not insignificant. Currently, we are not sitting in very tough territory. Wow. Wow, they have reformed an army, and it's quite surprised. We have a decent amount of manpower currently kicking around right now. We do have quantity ideas. We have lots of ideas. We've finished them all, actually. We're a full set of ideas over here. Both exploration and expansion. 16 freaking merchants going on, which is crazy. We do have the trade idea. Quality and quantity being worked on. And starting to work on those maritime ideas. My naval force limit is pretty redonkulous. I'm going to see if I can get the... there's an achievement for having 500 heavy ships. I'm going to see if I can squeeze that in right before the end of the game. We'll see how it goes. Wow, I may have turned this on just in time to lose a massive battle against these guys. Although I can hide on the other side of my forts, actually. They can't reach me. So that should be okay, and I might be able to start... Luckily, it's all flat territory over here, so we can probably do something. Revolt in Pajang? I don't think... Yeah, it's not actually my territory. I suppose we can go and help our guys over there take care of it. We do have some of our colonial nations are over here helping with the blockade, which is awfully sweet of them. You got that. That's my actual heavies, which can probably just stay there for now. We're going to get some rebels here soon, which is why I'm getting a bit of an army assembled over there. We're not currently at our army fourth limit. Actually, we are going to be over it, but not by very much. Okay, so you got into Ferrara. And again, it's flat land. I would rather not lift any of my sieges. I haven't been able to take Treviso or Venice in a while. I've taken multiple chunks out of the Papal States, but wasn't able to grab that earlier, and I would really like to. That's definitely one of my goals. Oh, that's that battle. Okay, that's fine. Scandinavia, no, you don't get military access. You're too big and beefy. I don't want to do anything that helps you out. Not that you're really going to be impacted here. So it's all farmland. Well, either way, we should be able to start a pretty good battle. Again, they're going to take so long to siege right now because of the fort levels. I don't have to rush. I can wait for our own sieges to finish at least these two. And then actually we'll probably have enough to maybe jump on one of these. They got a wall breach right away. Actually, they got the wall breach over there too. Bastards. Suez Canal being built. So we're going to spend power points. We definitely don't want to delay the Suez Canal. We want it to get done. It is actually going to be quite handy to have it, because right now, anytime I want to shuffle troops back and forth to say my Indian holdings over here, it's actually a lot of work. See, Bamanis still have quite a bit of territory over here, and there's a massive Bengal as well, and a lot of these guys are westernized, as you can see, because I have been around here for a long time, but you know, it's pretty reasonable. So we have a lot of mega blobs going on here. I haven't been doing necessarily a good job just keeping them completely pinned down. But overall, not too shabby. Oh, now there's... Oh, that would be hills. I don't want to start a fight in the hills. It doesn't matter if they grab that one little territory. They will be able to reinforce a little bit better now, though. Because they're not sieging Urbino. Interesting. AI doing something pretty correct, actually. Oh, I didn't realize I had an army. Make sure they have everything they need. Didn't realize I had an army here. I think this is one that retreated from that one battle that I lost. So let's get you up at the front over here. We're just basically ignoring Burgundy. I declared in Burgundy. As a result, I want to focus on their partners first so I can get the separate pieces going on. Alright, so that's done. Brescia won't take too long. I could probably pull away all but the minimum over here. And get ready. Yeah, I'll just detach. We'll leave the minimum behind. And start bringing people down. And we'll start... Oh, not in the mountains. Or not in the hills, rather. Probably... I guess it doesn't really matter where I do it. This guy doesn't have a leader. So, okay. Well, we'll start with the people in Lucca. Because it'll give us... hello. That's very interesting. I'm going to get there first. Their maneuver is 3. Do we have someone with higher maneuver over here? We do have a 3 maneuver, which will force them to have a river crossing. Curious to see if they're going to lock in here. Just get the trade efficiency here. They did lock in. Okay, you. Boot. Go, actually. How come I can't cancel your move? Oh, are you here? Oh, you were here. Boot. Go. And boot. Go. Detach all you can. Boot and go. Stop. Boot. Go. We'll spend the military power to get in here quickly because this is going to be a big, huge fight. We are going to start with superior number. Actually, they can't reinforce over here. I'm freaking out for nothing. They can't reach me because of the forts. This is a... Well, no, they can, clearly, because they walked in here somehow, but it's not going to be convenient. And they're not actually lifting the blockades. Well, that's pretty good. I guess I could save a little bit of military power. Alright, so we got Burgundy showing up back here again, which is fine. We're still picking apart their alliance. Utrecht is pretty big. You can see here, this is probably the biggest Utrecht I've ever seen. It's huge. A little border gory. Of course, I'm really border gory. Look at this. For us, Bosnia, Dalmatia over here. I mean, I keep not being able to like really capitalize on unifying that. I could have grabbed a little bit more land here to declumpify things, but obviously I want to be able to grab the city of the world's desire over there. All right, this battle is won. We're going to go ahead and do a consolidate and jump on you over here. And that should be a pretty good stomping. This guy was actually toggling force march for a second. I think he was like, oh, I would really like to join, except that, oh, I can't. And you're going to have to walk through. You are force marching, so you might get here before the battle ends, but we still have massive superior numbers. It'd be nice to engage these guys in 2 separate fights. I think we'd get more kills, but, you know, that's fine too. Yeah, I think we've killed like 40 or 50,000 men in this battle. Maybe not quite that much. And Brescia is done being sieged. Lovely. So, I guess I'll move you here because we can group up and then split again. I do want to, like, stomp on more of these stacks so they can't, you know, sneak up from behind. And they might be going for... Treviso here. Let's do that. And I'm just going to split you up so you don't get crazy amounts of attrition. There will be some attrition in Verona going on. Although, the supply limit here is actually pretty high. We're just barely over. If we use the higher maneuver guy, we might... Okay, we're not eliminating the attrition. That's too bad. So you don't have a leader right now, but... If they want to attack me in Treviso... Oh, I think they're stopped by Trent. Now, Trent's in the mountains, which is annoying. Because they actually have enough people here that I wouldn't want to attack them as is. Oh, yeah, they're in a war against Poland as well. Poland's going to siege Pisa, which is a bit not what I'm hoping for, but I guess isn't the end of the world. You need what? Do you need full 25 cannons for the siege bonus? You do, and you currently have 16. So let's go and split this stack up. So you need 9 more cannons. Let's get you over here. And... 25 cannons. And a tiny little stack of infantry to go with it. Do we have a spare siege guy? We do. I'll grab you and put you down here. We'll start to siege out Florence. So there we go. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying not to overextend too much and get caught out. Certainly happened plenty of time in the past. Love that this guy's soaking a lot of attrition. I don't know what his attrition percentage is. Can we tell? Oh, 3.7%. Well, good enough. Times like this, I wish we were fully defensive, though. Just whittle that stack down to a nib. We do have, like, huge military on our side right now, mostly because of all my colonies, of course, not all of which are going to actually get involved in the war, but it still puts nice favorable stats on my side. Oh, I didn't realize you guys are just hanging out over there. Let's take our 5 fire guy and put you in charge of that. We are going to go in with slightly inferior numbers at first, and we are taking the river crossing penalty. But I think we're going to completely shatter that stack. Well, it's just going to retreat again. We're not going to stack wipe them or anything. Some progress finally being made here. But it's still like a long time coming. It'd be nice to get the siege leader. Oh, do we not have... Oh, we probably need a reinforcement tick on our cannons. Or a couple. We do have lots of people around, but I think the reinforcements are being spread a bit thin. I can't go there without going through that fort, so there's no reason to hang out here. I'm going to pull you back that way. And do that. I need a big stack to stick by Verona. At least I think now the stack is down to below the supply limit there, so it shouldn't actually take any losses. If they want to hang out there... No, they won't. I didn't think so. And we could chase them. I could start sieging Ancona, but I need to stick around over here. Because if... I'm not sure I can attack into Trent, is one of the problems, because it is mountainous, and they're going to have pretty good numbers, and Burgundy still has relatively decent combat stats. So I don't want to be the attacker, the aggressor into the mountains. But if they're leaving... And then do the thing where they can't decide what they're doing? It could be. More colonies becoming self-sustaining. Excellent. I actually have some extra colonists. I can't remember... I mean, I could expand one of my freaking holdings here. Oh yeah, right over here. I was going to say, there's another little island I'd recently started to claim. So we're going to do that. Do I have a blockade? I do have a blockade going on in the north. Again, maybe I don't need this many light ships to be committed over here. I could probably cut this in half and then send half of it to patrol around the English Channel. That way, if they get attacked, at least it's not going to be that far for my ships to be reinforcing. So that's going to be fine. And the idea available, I will I will be taking the next quantity ideas. More mercs. Well, we make enough money. This is at war. I think I can get almost 300 gold per month at peace if I just bring down my army and most of my forts. So we got enough money that we really can fuel everything with mercs. This is going to get re-sieged automatically because of the adjacent fort, so I don't actually even worry about taking that. So yeah, we're just going to chill here, try to avoid taking any more attrition. Are they... How come they didn't fight? Oh, because Utrecht isn't actually in the war against Poland. Interesting. Whoa! Do I not have pop-ups for naval battles? Did I, like, ignore it or something? That is a lot of ships. I have no idea where they came from. And I can't retreat, so those are some light ships that are just going to go away completely. I would really like to engage this stack. My actual heavies are way back here, as well as my transports. I suppose I can leave my transports behind. I don't think I want to jump in quite yet. Okay, there's a lot of transport. There are still galleys, though. You know what? We're sort of on even numbers. Obviously, the heavies and the galleys will do better than the lights, but we have a lot of reinforcements on their way. They do have an admiral, though. I'd love to catch the fleet and sink it. Especially since they just took out some of my dudes. Oh yeah, I can't park there. I can park over here. Just pick up an admiral. Of course, our siege here is going to take a bit longer if I'm not actually blockaded anymore. Generate an admiral. Ooh, not bad. Because I don't have that much naval tradition, actually. Alright, let's go. Oh, where'd the fleet go? Right over there. We are all light, so actually we should be able to outrun them. Unless they're able to just suddenly dock somewhere. No, we're going to catch them over there. Wonderful. So engage them there, and we've got our heavies that are going to come and join in as well, although we might be doing okay as is. Of course, our light ships do fight better than the average light ship because of our not mercantilism, our maritime ideas. This is only farmland. If we want to jump on Burgundy, well, they still have lots of reinforcements. So it's not quite as clear-cut as we might like. I have no idea where this fleet came from. Where were they? Because I had a full blockade. Maybe they were parked and I hadn't noticed. New colony became self-sufficient. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, we got all those being sent out. I don't know. Let's expand one of our colonies. It'll probably just result in them becoming so big that they will want to break free and declare independence. Heavy ship combat ability. Excellent. For Iron Men. Now that's... Oh, it is hills. Oh, that's interesting. I don't have a leader. That might be what's tempting them. Let's move there. You can do a cool trick once... Okay, no, they're not committing. And I don't think it's because I moved this. I don't think they would have committed in general. But sometimes they will attack somewhere that doesn't have a leader. Oh! You have the Baleares. Right, alright. Let's break off our damaged ships and go and park them here. Did we sink the navy or is it running away? I didn't see it disappear anywhere. Nor did I check all the combat stats. Detach. Go over here. I have 3 heavies behind. That seems like a pretty good start. Won the siege of Treviso. Lovely. Venice doesn't actually have a fort, so one guy's going to be enough. We've got one of our colonies here doing some blockading, which is very lovely. All right, get down here. Get down here. We'll jump on these guys momentarily. We're going to be attacking into hills, but that's okay. Yeah, let's just go as is. My 5 fire guy. Wait. How come I can't move here? Because this fort? But I own this territory. God damn it. I could come in here earlier. I could walk into this territory. I did, clearly, because I sieged it. And now I can't. Awesome. And Pisa is sieged by Scandinavia. Well, crapsicles. Alright, I'll spend money, get some influence and loyalty. That's going to be okay. You stop, go there. I'd love to catch these guys. Maybe I can bait them into attacking me in the mountains somewhere. Where are you going right now? Graubünden. Put some people in Trent. Okay. 22nd. All right. I will indeed get there first. Just going to send you part of the way to avoid having these guys change. And we're just going to wait for them to lock in. They changed their mind anyway. Poop. The AI, I think, has gotten a lot smarter about evading total traps. You're going to get there on the 22nd. You're going to get there on the 1st. So again, we'll be in Trent first. Come on, buddy. You have a huge numbers advantage. Oh, he's locked in. All right. So first of all, we make sure you have the best leader. At this point, that's probably going to be the highest fire guy. Plus, he does have just big numbers overall. Boot and go. Boot and go. And just for the sake of argument, let's go ahead and give you some extra dudes. All right. They have a 4-to-1 advantage, but they are in the mountains. They don't get the river crossing. Oh, it's their king as well. 5-4. All right, that's a pretty good leader. We're going to have even numbers, but we have the mountain advantage. Actually, we have bigger numbers. But I think the important thing was the mountain advantage. And we're rolling well, and they're rolling badly. What the heck's going on here? You're going to just split in half and go there. We're not going to split our army or our navy quite as thin as before. I think we did lose a good number of ships. Oh, no, that's right. They're all repairing over here. Derp, derp. You can send some healthy ships over there. All right. Good stuff. They are losing numbers. We have a lot of cannons, which is good. What's the combat width here? It's only 20, so this is actually going to be quite a long battle because it's such a narrow combat width. A lot of troops are not engaged in this battle. And given that, the fact that I think their troops have bigger bonuses... plus 10%. We're plus 10%. We're on the same tech level. You see the morale is pretty much on par there. And it's because of the narrow things. We can't use our superior numbers to bear. So it's just equal number of troops fighting constantly, but we do have a longer set of reinforcements. Conversions are happening. That's really good. We'll convert Suez as well. And we've got some dudes sitting here. I mean, we could move them to the front, but there are going to be barbarians there. They might end up still doing well here. Oh, we rolled a 0. They might still end up doing very well there. We still have unrest over here? Yeah. I suppose I could bring these guys over, but... What's our relative stats? Okay, they have a much higher base morale. I mean, we do have the higher discipline, but that's a huge base morale difference. Because when we're taking morale, the amount of morale damage you inflict is based on your base morale. So they're doing a lot more base morale damage. But we are pulling this off here. I think as their front line finally ran out of reinforcements, then they were inevitably going to collapse. And they were going to run out of reinforcements faster because they had no discipline. I'm going to do a bulk consolidate here to help speed things along, and then we'll recruit some new people. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this stack in half and do that. I'll let you be booted so you move a little bit faster. We're going to try to catch those guys out. And then I will technically send in a second wave over here. No, we won't need that. It's hills, but 2-to-1 numbers should be fine. Oh, if they decide to reinforce, though... And I think they will make it there with their boot. So we will also boot. No, Bruno is not actually under siege. Yeah, they did reinforce. And we are attacking into the hills. So that flipped to their advantage for a second. Actually, and we've got a river crossing, so it's like attacking to the mountains. But bigger combat width and a lot more troops. We should be able to pull this off very, very, very well. Whoa, they're losing thousands per tick. I mean, we're still, losing a lot of men, obviously. Oh, yeah, derp. And the whole consolidate is because then we can just relatively rapidly rebuild the force. Like that to get it started. Technically, they'll put it just over our force limit, but I think we might do another consolidate here because your troops don't reinforce very quickly when they're in enemy territory. So it's often quite handy to do that. Let me send you down to Pisa. You can unboot, and we'll just do one of those. And actually, one of those here. Spread out the attrition. So, are you out of the war with Scandinavia? You are. They didn't catch what you gave up for this, but should be all right. Let's go and send some extra ships over there. And actually, you're basically fixed. Go ahead, head over that way. All right. Well, there's an episode of gameplay in my England game. You know, sorry that you missed all the setup to it, but I figured you might still be interested in seeing a wee bit of what's going on here in the end phases. This is something fun for me to play offline when my voice was too tired to record anything, but it was such an interesting game. We don't want to lose stability, so let's do that. We're actually at +3 stability right now, and you can pop out of there. Won the siege of Florence. Excellent. So we can actually go and whack these guys. Oh, hello. Can we reach you? What about from here? The long way around, huh? What is this, farmland? I'm going to wait for some reinforcements. It's going to be fine. Alright, clear that out. Oh, now you slid up again, so let's jump on you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and boot. I could have compared, but yeah, we'll take advantage of extra speed. And again, we'll spend a bit of military points. It'll help us to catch and kill as many of these guys before they get reinforced. In fact, they may not reinforce at all. Can't go to Urbino. Okay, then just stop, unboot, stay there. And we're going to be fine. I can go to Ancona. I'll need more cannons to siege that out properly. Autosave, 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 autosave. Trim that down. There we go. That should be okay. Oh! We are now at war with the Ottomans. Okay, we had supported independence of some people. And as a result, we are now at war. Let's make sure we've got a leader over here. Actually, maybe I'll do that. I'll split across both straight... Well, this is not... That's Poland. We're not at war with Poland? Oh, yeah, we were worried about barbarian or rebels mostly. So I'm going to go here to block the straight crossing from Biga. The Ottomans do have a lot of ships all over. I should get a critical mass sort of over here to guard potential places where they might decide to attack. I'm going to keep focusing on the Papal States. I mean, I could cross into Biga over here, but I don't think that's necessary. Who else is in the war here with the Ottomans? But about Brandenburg, Sulu. Oh my. Or it's just me with the Ottomans here. But they might not be able to reach anything. What are our military stats? We have a lot more troops, but we're currently quite occupied. I like the idea. The reason I supported the independence is because I had a truce going on with the Ottomans, quite a long one actually, and this has completely reset our truce timer. It gave us a way to get into a war with the Ottomans ahead of time. So that's why I went for it. It's a little inconvenient right this second, but mostly we're just going to ignore the Ottomans until we're done this war, and then we're going to just jump on them and smoosh the crap out of them. And turn off the boot just to make sure here. Battle of St. George's Channel. Who the hell was over here? Unexpected. So these are all lights so far. So because they don't control both sides of the straits, if I just park a big fleet in the Sea of Marmara, they're actually not going to be able to cross at all. So I can go back and do a little bit of rebel busting in Constantinople, or more importantly, just be standing there by the time the rebels pop up, which is always nice. Man, these sieges take forever with these high fort levels, though. It's just brutal. On the other hand, they take forever this way, too. I do have fairly upgraded forts everywhere. Anyway, I guess I was supposed to put in a cut there. We may be back with another episode of this immediately. We may not. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, it's been a very, very, very crazy game. The Ottomans were super scary for a long time, and Scandinavia was not that scary until very, very recently. But now they are. And of course, they still have they have plus 30% infantry combat ability, which is just terrifying. I mean, admittedly, I don't, well, I do have quality, and I do have offensive, so I actually have some good things going on. Maybe it's not too shabby. I'm not sure. It's going to be crazy when we finish, don't we get... Oh, no, we already got the Grand Navy for the Naval Force Limit modifier. That's true. So getting up to 500 heavies is actually not going to be the easiest thing in the universe, but it ain't going to be too bad. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.